Bonjour les amis, j'espère que vous allez bien. L'interview qui va suivre est complètement en anglais, donc j'espère que vous allez pouvoir suivre. Je m'excuse d'abord pour mon anglais qui est très loin d'être, comment dire, bien. Voilà, vous le constaterez par vous-même. Je me suis pas mal aidé quand même de l'ordinateur parce qu'il y avait pas mal de mots que je n'avais pas. Mais voilà, j'espère en tout cas que vous allez prendre plaisir à regarder cette vidéo. N'hésitez pas également à me faire vos retours. Et puis j'essaierai de voir avec YouTube pour la traduction. Je vous embrasse tous fort et je vous souhaite une bonne vidéo. Ciao! Hello everybody and welcome on my YouTube channel for a new interview with WTC players from 2023. Today I interviewed Mr. Doctor. Is right? You're a real doctor?
That's correct.
Welcome.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me on the show. This is exciting to be on a podcast from the French-speaking audience.
Exciting too. Donc, I go speak French, Speedy.
Yes, please.
Du coup, ne m'envoyez pas pour mon accent pourri et mon anglais qui pue du cul. Je suis vraiment désolé. Voilà. You are a YouTuber too, huh?
Well, yes, I stream matches on TTS. So we stream matches of TTS matches on Twitch. So I have a Twitch channel, and I do that live once a week, and then I put those recordings up onto YouTube on my YouTube channel for people to watch on demand.
Yes, I've seen your video when you explained the rule from WTC. Personally, I don't understand because you speak speedily, and it's very difficult for me because my English is only school English.
Well, you're doing great. It's better. I had 3 years of French in high school many years ago.
Okay.
And yes, and I spoke it well enough that I could take my wife to Paris for our honeymoon.
Okay.
And didn't embarrass myself too much. But I've been married a long time now, and so the French has unfortunately kind of gone away.
That's really great. Okay, we're beginning for the first question. And so, for the first time, thank you for accepting my invitation. Really. I do this with, in French, you say coup de tête, au culot. I make it with no question. Just, okay, why not? Maybe.
Okay, nice.
So,
good for
yes,
you.
It's great. Thank you. Okay, can you introduce yourself, please?
Sure. So my name is Norbert Brunhuber. I go by Dr. Norbert on most of the socials. And I've been playing, I started playing geeky games with Dungeons & Dragons back in when first edition Advanced Dungeons & Dragons came out, so quite some time ago. And then after university was finished, I came across miniature wargaming. And I started playing historical miniature war games.
Okay.
Mostly ancients, a little bit of World War II, a little bit of Napoleonics, as a matter of fact. In fact, we once had a 2-day weekend where we played the Waterloo campaign over the entire 2 days, and I actually got to play the role of Napoleon. So I was the bad guy that weekend.
Okay. Sorry.
Yeah. No, it's okay. But then after I finished, I played that for about 10 years, and then I was looking for something new, and I came across War Machine. And so I started playing War Machine and Hordes. For 14 years, I played that game, basically until the pandemic started. And just as the pandemic started, as you know, Marvel Crisis Protocol came out like the previous November, December.
Yep.
I got a demo game from a friend of mine, Pat Dunford, and the game it felt really great. Really, really, the rules were as tight as they were in War Machine, but you felt like very much like in a film, like in a Marvel superhero film, the way that the characters would behave on the table. And so it got very interesting for me. And so I picked up the core box, then the pandemic started. So I had a lot of time to paint, which was good. But I also came across the Tabletop Simulator League that was being organized as a way to play the game, even though we couldn't go and meet in person, you know?
Yeah.
So I started playing in the league, but then got really interested and wanted to make it to continue it. So I started becoming one of the organizers, and eventually became one of the head organizers of the league. And we've been doing the league still ever since. We're in the middle of season 12. So and I've been involved with the league since season 3. I played in season 2, but then started organizing in season 3.
Okay.
So yeah, so that keeps going, and that's, as I was saying, that's why I stream still. Once a week, I stream a game from the league, to mostly for fun, but also to help people learn about the game and find the game and stay interested in all the developments of the game. And then the last thing is that I also organize the Marvel Crisis Protocol community here in London, where I live. So we have a very nice weekly meeting every Thursday, and then we also do a tournament every month. And I help organize our group to go to lots of different events away in different parts of the UK, but also now in part going to the WTC.
Okay, this is very interesting. I think about Marvel Crisis Protocol and the movie and superhero movie. I think the MCU was a big help in getting the game off the ground.
Yeah.
And I think the possibility to play a superhero of super villains, I think is biggest help for this game.
Yeah,
because you know the superhero, you know the hero, and you can imagine every phase, every action you can imagine, and that is great. And another thing is great, the possibility to help the building.
Yes, the terrain.
That is big. That is big, great, I think.
Yes, yeah. As a matter of fact, I agree, because in War Machine, it was so focused on precision that we would only use two-dimensional terrain. So that you could put stuff on it and it wouldn't mess up your measurements too very much. But so I was quite worried. I'd never played a game that required like terrain, like a certain size terrain, and it had to be on the table. And I was concerned about how much I would need and how to paint it up and everything. But it turns out it's not too much. It's just enough, not too much, but not too little. And it is actually quite fun to paint up. And like you said, it's so great to be able to interact with the terrain so heavily. I've never had a game that was like this before. Yeah,
I think that you can only launch a scenario in MCP. For another game, a scenario is just a scenario. And you are another dimension for the game.
Say again?
Yeah, in Marvel Crisis Protocol, you have another dimension, in this game. And that is really cool. That is very cool.
Yeah, okay. And what's great is it's the rules not only encourage you to interact with the terrain, but the rules are very simple when it comes to interacting with the terrain. So it's not a hardship at all.
Yeah, I think too. I have a son who 9 years. Okay. He played for the first time with me last week. No crisis card. Only just a power of heroes, and my kids say me, "Wow, Dad, it's very cool. I want to play again."
Perfect.
Yes.
Well done.
I'm happy. My dad's job is cool.
Yeah, good for you. That's great news.
Now I don't want he paint my figurine.
Yeah. That's next. That'll happen next.
Yeah. You have time. Okay. Second question you ask me. How long have you been playing war game?
Yeah, so I started. Let me think. I think I started when I got my first historical war game demo. I think it was in 1997.
Oh,
So the math is hard. That's a lot of years. Let me think. Can you do the math? I'll do it very quickly. Let's see. 1997. My goodness. 26 years. I've
yeah.
been playing for 26 years war games. Yes.
Okay.
And as I said before that, it was role playing games, but not war games.
You are a old war gamer.
Yeah, a grognard.
Okay.
Do you have that word? Do you know which word? That's what the Napoleon's old soldiers, the grumblers. What were they called? The grognards? No.
No, I don't think so.
Let me think. What's the word for a grumbling person in French? I'm gonna look this up now.
Senior.
Senor.
Senior. It's not Signore, same Spain, just Senior. But you don't look your age.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, the hair is a little bit of a problem, but otherwise, yes, I still feel young. I have to remind myself.
Where is your hair?
Yeah, it's from rolling so many bad dice. I keep tearing my hair out.
We care about. Okay. Why did you get to Mother Chris Protocol?
Well, I have been playing War Machine and Hordes for, as I said, like 14 years already. So I was getting and I only have time and brain capacity for one game at a time, so I don't play a lot of different games, but I was getting a little tired of the system. Nothing that it was nothing wrong with it. It was just, I was just looking for something new for a change. And as I said, Pat Dunford, he's a local guy here who I played War Machine with for many years. He got interested in the game as it was being developed, and so he had a core box as soon as it came out at the end of November. And I'll never forget this. So it was a close to Christmas, so it was like one of the last weeks we could still play before the Christmas break. And we were supposed to meet at our regular gaming hall, and I got there first, and it was in a pub. And the pub wasn't set up for us. Like they had chairs out and things. And I said, "What's going on here? We're supposed to have club night." And they're like, "No, we canceled it on you because we want to do a comedy show instead." So I was like, "Gosh, that's annoying." So luckily, there was another gaming shop down the street. So I called up Pat and I said, should we try to find a spot there and play there instead? And he said, sure. So luckily they had some room there. So we went and managed to get the game in. And like I said, I fell in love with it because of how tight the rules were and also how much it felt like you were being one of the characters from the films or the comic books.
Okay.
And so I managed to get that demo game in, and I started thinking about it more and more over the Christmas break. And so that's why I decided to order the core box for myself. And, sure enough, then that March was, we got, I think, 1 or 2 games in still in the new year. And then the pandemic hit. And so then I focused myself. Luckily, there was the TTS League, so we could continue playing. So I focused myself on learning how to play the game virtually over the course of the pandemic.
Okay. And so now you play only to Mother Chris Protocol?
Yes. As soon as I started playing it after that one demo game, I got I switched completely over to Marvel Crisis Protocol.
Welcome on club.
Yeah. Pat's demo almost didn't happen, and turned out to be a very instrumental point in my wargaming career.
Okay. We have a personal question that is finished, but now a generally question. Okay.
Okay.
What do the WTC mean to you?
So I have a long history with the World Team Championship because I helped establish it for the first time in 2013 for the War Machine and Hordes community. I was on the committee that kind of helped put it together, and I was also the head judge for many years. And I actually participated in playing on once an English team, and also then as a guest on a Portuguese team that we got to play there. And so for me, it's two things. One is it's supposed to help promote the game. So it's, a very visible global activity. So all the different countries around the world, all the different metas that are playing this game can get together in one place and play to the best of their ability, and also to meet one another. So there's a social aspect to it. To me, it's also about meeting all the different people from different countries, learning about them, hopefully developing connections so that we could have smaller regional events with each other in the future and just have a great time.
Okay. Okay, yeah.
So
I think
we did that for War Machine and Hordes, and so now that this game Marvel Crisis Protocol has matured for a few years, and all the pandemic stuff is behind us, and we're meeting more regularly in person, I was very much behind the effort to try to help make the WTC happen for MCP. So thankfully, Gil Serepi stepped up from Denmark to become the host for us this year. And so I've been helping him where I can, although he's been doing most of the work himself, helping to make sure that this happens for Marvel Crisis Protocol. And so I was so excited that we got 32 teams to come the very first year that we put this together, plus have people coming over from the United States, which I always think is a really important step to making this truly a global event rather than just a European regional event.
Yeah, I think the WTC is the biggest event for around the world.
Yes.
Is a World Cup.
Yes, exactly.
Literally is a World Cup from Marvel Crisis Protocol, and this year I can come, but maybe next year I come in person to play, and maybe can I drink a beer?
Okay, absolutely. Yeah, one or two, maybe two, maybe
one,
three,
2, 3, 4.
We can lose count together.
Okay.
So tell me though about the French community. I mean, it was really a pity that we couldn't get a French team to come this year. They told me they were interested, but they just couldn't get it together. But the French community is very important. It's a very strong community. The painting is legendary, of course, and they're fun guys. So tell me a little bit about what parts of France have the strongest MCP communities.
We have a big community, but the problem we are French, and we have a real problem to lire en anglais. Read. Thank you. To read the rules in English and the hero card in English.
Yes.
For how many people is very difficult, and it don't want to make an effort. It don't want. And me first, I love this game, but in English is very difficult.
Yes,
is simply English on your card, but it's very difficult. And
yes, I can understand that because the language is quite precise. Because it's a rule. So if you don't, have a very strong grasp of the language, I can understand it being easy to not understand what it is that the card is trying to tell you.
Yeah, but you need to take time.
Yes. I mean, but the good news is with the new edition now, they're going to be releasing everything in 4 languages.
French.
So
Ooh.
yes.
I think this game is exploded with a French version.
Yeah, that'd be great. So I will tell you, Tristan, I'm going to be coming with some British people from London to the 2-day French tournament that's happening in December in Abbeville. Do you know it?
Abbeville?
Yeah, I think it's called Abbeville. It's
Abbeville.
Abbeville, yes,
Abbeville.
South of Calais. Yeah.
I don't come, but maybe a friend, Poulet, Dams or another player maybe is come.
Okay, that'd be great.
because it's so far, really far.
It's far for you.
Yes, I live in 1 hour from Bayonne.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm.
And Pas-de-Calais, no, Pas-de-Calais is very far away from me.
Yeah.
But maybe
Yeah. Well,
another tournament, maybe in London. Why not?
yeah, why not? It's easy. But yeah, we're looking forward to coming to meet the French people and spend a couple of days. They've promised to take us to a nice restaurant, which is always a good sign. When the French people take you to a restaurant, you don't have to worry about the food being bad.
Yeah, the French people know everything about the restaurants.
So maybe some of your listeners will come meet with us. It's in the December. It's like the middle of December. When's it? The 16th and 17th of December, I think, is the dates.
Ok, 16-17 décembre à Ville.
Yes.
Ok. Ouais, ok. Je note. I take a note.
Thank you.
So, another question. What affiliation will you playing at this weekend?
Okay. So I'm going to play Criminal Syndicate.
Yeah.
The reason I picked them is because I like the fact that I can play them as an aggressive attrition team with Shadowland Daredevil, or I can play them as a scenario-based team with Criminal Syndicate. With Kingpin.
Kingpin, yeah.
And why that is more possible now than before is because they've released so many more affiliated characters for the affiliation that you can really kind of flex one way or the other and still remain in affiliation.
Okay. Yeah, I see your list is very interesting. Helik, Rhino, Gwenpool, Taskmaster, Winter Soldier, Lizard, Captain America, Sam Wilson, and Bull Eyes. Yeah, I think it's very interesting. I want to see your play.
Yeah. It's been very difficult. I think I developed this roster initially for much earlier in the year, and it was doing quite well. But of course, I had to make some concessions because of the team format, where some of my teammates wanted some of the other cards. And also, I think the meta has changed quite a bit with a lot of these new character changes. So I think I'm going to have some difficulty at the event, but I'm going to try my best.
Yeah, I see. With this team, you're versatile.
That's right. That's my
everything.
Goal. Yes, that's the goal. It's also very mobile when it needs to be, because I think a lot of a lot of affiliations, like Web Warriors, for instance, but other ones as well, they can try to run away from you with the extracts, for instance. And so my goal here with this roster is to try to chase down those people when I can.
Yeah, I see the tactic cards. All according to plan. Shadow organization, quickly. This is a robbery. They say keep your enemy closed. Fall back. Ace on the prize. Mission objective. Advance RD. And brace for impact. Okay, well, I think advance RD and brace for impact is a must-have from every roster. I think. But it's very interesting. God, I never see the duel with Kingpin and Ulik. I never see.
Yes. So it really depends on the formation of the crises. So if it's I like to play very wide crises with Kingpin. So like D shapes is a great one. And the nice thing about Ulik is that he can jump around from one point to the other, and still cause problems for the opponent, rather than just sitting there and waiting for them to come and beat you up.
Yeah. Okay. That is.
But it depends on the opponents, because I don't always take Ulik with Kingpin. I really flex quite heavily, depending on the crisis combination and also the type of affiliation I'm facing.
Okay. No, it's very interesting. It's very interesting. It's in French, intéressant, sympathique à voir. Is cool to see. I don't know, maybe. Okay.
Cool.
Okay, another question. What affiliation would you like to face and why?
Oh, um, like you said, I have a lot of flexibility, so I know what I don't want to face. But I don't mind. I don't mind playing into a lot of them. Let me actually call up. We have our team has been very good about putting together some strategy to manage the pairing process and things like that. And we just finished a meeting to kind of explain this. And I have those notes, so I'm going to look at those rather than try to guess because I'm going to forget otherwise. One moment. All right, let's see here. Okay, found it. Okay, so for me, some of the better matchups. So what I want to see is you asked, right?
Yep.
Yeah, cool. I think for me, maybe I'm not gonna mention ones that you're not gonna see very often, like Dark Dimension. That's not gonna be
Okay.
that common.
Dimension, okay.
But I don't mind playing into Shield or Spider Foes, X-Men, because I feel like I can chase these models down. Like, so X-Men will want to hop around, and sometimes they use that to try to get to you, attack you, but oftentimes it's to run away with extracts and things. So I can chase those down. Shield I don't mind as well, because I feel like I can weather a lot of their attacks, even though they have a lot of them, Let's see, what's another one that I don't mind so terribly much? I don't mind playing into Sam Avengers, but that's because I would switch hopefully to a Kingpin matchup. So I'm not going to try to do attrition, which would allow Sam Wilson to trigger his leadership ability very often. So the goal will be not to do that, Yeah, things like that.
Okay. And here's another question, another personal question. Okay, 2 minutes, please. What country would you like to face?
Oh, I mean, I want to meet newer ones. So, and it's hard now because this is the early days of MCP international events. So I haven't been to many different countries to play yet. As a matter of fact, I played quite a few events in the UK and in the United States, but not throughout Europe yet, which is a shame. But France will be in December. So I really don't mind. I think, I would like to play countries that I don't know as well from the Tabletop Simulator League. So, like, I know quite a few of the Danes and the Swedes because of the streams that we do. So places like Poland and Germany, I don't know, smaller countries like that. I want to make those connections so that we can hopefully start seeing more international events after the WTC is over next year.
Okay, Belgium maybe.
Oh, I am waiting. I am a big fan of Belgian beers. I don't know if you like them.
It's much better.
But I really do. They're great because they're very different,
Yeah.
and the style is really to my liking. So I used to go to Belgium a lot for War Machine events because of how easy it is to get there, but also because of the beer and the nice people. And so I'm waiting for the Belgians to put a 2-day event together, and I will immediately be making plans to come there. Yeah.
Okay, so I repeat: Denmark, Sweden. Yeah, and maybe
Germany, Poland.
Yeah, Poland. Okay.
Oh, yeah, because I'm very curious about Poland because in the War Machine days, the Polish were always extremely strong players, but also importantly played far differently than many other different countries around them. That was their how they were known. They were famous for that. So I'm curious to see if the same is going to be true for MCP, if they're going to come with very unusual approaches to the game or not.
Yeah, each country has a headhunter way of playing.
Yes. Yeah, like the Americans, I think, are very heavily Avengers focused, which they say is not as prominent here in Europe. And so I'll be interested to see if that's the case, and then also how the game styles compete against one another during the matches.
Okay. The very important question. How are you preparing for this weekend, apart from training to push the figurines and the physical aspect?
Yeah. How am I preparing? Well, I'm training my liver quite heavily right now to manage all the beverages I expect to be sharing with many different people at the event. So that's the most important priority. Other than that, we've played a singles tournament with my team. We all got together and played in London, which was really fun against other people. And then just 2 weekends ago, we were at the famous York Weekender. This is a 3-day event in York, England. And we were able to, well, at least I was able to play my list against a whole bunch of different people from around the UK and kind of get more ideas about it. So that event happened just before list lock. So we were able to make some tweaks just before list lock. And then this Saturday, as a matter of fact, we're hosting a WTC team tournament in London. So we have 4 different teams coming to help practice in the same format that we're going to be doing in Copenhagen the following weekend. So last minute practice just before we go.
Okay, no special psychical or mind training or maybe yoga.
Yoga is always good. At my age, you need to stay loose and limber, or else you're not going to be able to stand up all day.
Okay. Okay, and now for the last question, and is a question I'm asking everyone. What result are you hoping to achieve this weekend?
Ooh, that's a tricky question because the level of competition is going to be very high. I think the Americans are very serious about coming over and doing well. I know the Swedish players have a very strong community that they're playing, so I'm looking to see good results from them. And we have 4 UK teams coming over. I think it's 4. All of which are made of some incredible players. So this could be very, very tough. And that's not even counting all the dark horses that I mentioned that we know are coming, but we just don't know how strong their communities are to see how strong their players might be. So if we went 3-3, I think I'd be thrilled considering all that.
Okay. It's interesting.
Oh wait, sorry. It's only 5 rounds. So okay, so that makes it harder. Is it 5 rounds or 6 rounds? I can't remember now. I need to double check. But if it's 5 rounds and we went 3-2, I'd be thrilled. That'd be an outstanding result.
I don't know. I see 1, 2, 3 UK team, 4, 5. Okay, 5 UK team. Okay.
Yeah, 5 because we had a last minute addition. That's right. Yeah,
I see.
And I'm just looking up now because now I'm really feeling embarrassed because I don't remember how many rounds there are.
That's terrible for you.
We have 32 teams, so that's why I'm thinking there's only 5 rounds. So yeah, I think it's 3 on Saturday and 2 on Sunday, so 5.
Yeah. Okay. And after half and final.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, who could be the winners of this? Very hard to say at this stage because it's the first one. We don't have any real history or experience to lean on to try to make a determination of that.
Every player want to win the prize, the big prize. The French team say me maybe top 10 or top 50.
For whom?
For a French team.
I thought the French weren't coming.
Yeah, I make it a free interview with a French player, and everybody say he want to be top 10 or top 15.
Oh, okay. Wow. Okay, great. Well, that's pretty good because 32 players, that's already, you're in the top third of the competition.
Mm. A top third, why not? Okay, I take a note. So, this is the end from this interview. Thank you so much for your time. And
It's been a real pleasure, and it's so great that you reached out to me because, as I said, I really wanted to try to find a connection to the French community. So this is a great start.
and the French community want to open with all the world, but maybe 1 or 3, 4% don't speak English. That's probably very difficult for her.
Yeah. Well, look, if they're able to come to London very easily, perhaps they're in the Paris area and could take the Eurostar, we would very much welcome them to any of our monthly tournaments. They should just contact me and we will be very welcoming and also help with the language issues. They shouldn't feel afraid because of that problem. We would rather they come and we would help them rather than not come at all. So they can contact me on Discord via dr_Norbert. So that's Dr_Norbert.
Yeah, I make it.
Great.
Je vais l'écrire. Wait. Tac, tac, tac. Up, sorry. Up. 2 minutes,
That's okay.
please. Tac.
Sure.
I would put in the description.
Okay, perfect.
Yes, naturally. Okay, so donc, I wish you every success for the WTC. And
Thank you so much.
long live France. I'm
Well,
sorry.
with the new character. Well, of course, I understand. But now you with the new cards in French coming out, the French community has no more excuses. So we expect to see them in 2024.
Yeah, I come. Next year has come. Sure.
Perfect.
Okay.
Love it.
Today is your interview, and I want to down the last words.
Okay.
Le dernier mot, maybe in French. The last word. Yeah, the last word.
Okay. Well, look, if you're watching this and you're just curious about Marvel Crisis Protocol, now's the best time to get into the game. It's been rebalanced to make it even more fair for every character in the game, practically. There's a new core box that's coming out in just a couple of days called Earth's Mightiest Core Box. So you have a brand new core box to play with as a starting point. It's perfect. And as we mentioned, it's going to be in French, Spanish, German, and English now. So please, I encourage you to come and start playing the game with us. And if you're watching this and haven't come out to a tournament yet in a different country, do find the time and seek out those opportunities. You won't regret it, partly because it's fun to play the game, but more importantly because you get to meet really cool people and make really good friendships for a long time.
Okay. Thank you very much for everything. And I take my time and to say thank you very much. And maybe see you next year. Why not? Or on
I hope
TTS
so.
tournament.
Perfect.
Okay.
Perfect. Yes, we're wrapping up the TTS League now, and it'll start again in early January if anybody wants to play on Tabletop Simulator.
Okay, January. No problem. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye.